The last light on Willow Lane. The street lamp at the end of Willow Lane had burned out 3 weeks ago, but nobody reported it. In Esher, people preferred their darkness private. Clara Voss found the envelope on her doormat at 3:17 a.m., the exact time her grandmother's antique mantel clock always chose to chime whether wound or not. Inside was a single photograph, creased and yellowed. Herself, age 8, standing beside a red bicycle she'd never owned, grinning at someone just out of frame. On the back, in careful block capitals, "You were never here. Midnight, the broken lamp, bring the truth." She turned the photo over and over. The girl in the picture had a small crescent scar above her left eyebrow. Clara had gotten that at 19 falling off scaffolding during a summer job she barely remembered. Impossible. At 11:58 p.m., she stood beneath the dead lamp, wearing the navy coat she only ever used for funerals. The lane smelled of wet brick and dying jasmine. Exactly at midnight, the bulb flickered once impossibly, then went dark again. Footsteps, slow, measured, coming from the alley that led nowhere. A woman stepped into the weak moonlight. Same height as Clara, same coat, same wary eyes, same crescent scar. "You're late," the stranger said, voice low, almost fond. Clara's mouth went dry. "Who are you?" "I'm what happens when you keep a promise you never made." The woman tilted her head. "You don't remember the summer of 2009, do you?" Clara felt ice slide down her spine. 2009 was the year her parents died. The year she woke up in hospital with 3 months missing and a polite fiction from the doctors that she'd simply shut down for a while. "I was in a coma," she said automatically. "No, you were running." The stranger reached into her pocket and produced another photograph. This one showed 2 girls identical, perhaps 12 years old, arms around each other on the same red bicycle. One face was Clara's. The other, also Clara's. "Twins," the woman said. "Our parents could only afford to keep one visible. The other had to be elsewhere. Quiet. Safe. I was the quiet one. You were the loud one who forgot." Clara laughed once, a cracked sound. "This is insane." "Then explain the scar. Explain why every photograph of you, before 19, has been digitally altered to remove the second girl. Explain why your birth certificate lists only one child, yet the hospital discharge papers from 2009 say patient transferred, twin sibling collected by guardian." Clara stared at the photo until the edges blurred. "Why now?" she whispered. "Because the third person is dead." The woman's voice cracked for the first time. "Our older cousin Marcus, the one who kept the secret, he died yesterday, heart attack. Before he went, he mailed me the originals, and he mailed you this." She handed Clara a final item, a tiny brass key, the kind that opens music boxes. "There's a safety deposit box in your name at the old Nat West on High Street, box 317. The clock chime time. It has everything, letters, medical records, the real police report from the night the car went into the river, with both parents and only one child recovered." Clara looked down at the key, then up at the woman who wore her face. "If I open it," she said slowly, "everything I am disappears." The stranger nodded. "And everything you were gets a second chance at being remembered." A long silence stretched between them, thin as winter breath. Finally Clara spoke, voice barely audible. "I think I'd like to remember being 2 people." The stranger smiled, small, sad, relieved. "Then we have 17 hours until the bank opens. Plenty of time for the loud one to teach the quiet one how to live out loud again." They walked away from the broken lamp together, 2 shadows under one dead light, finally walking in step. Somewhere in the distance, a clock that shouldn't work began to chime 13 impossible times.